before we got to wrap this one up is flex and corn.
Yeah.
Last night you said you planted a field of 15,000 popcorn and seen the yield monitor go over 200.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Almost 300.
So
just short of 300.
Talk to me a little bit about flex, because you brought your population down from 30 to 25 on your circle, on irrigated, and trying to maximize bushels per thousand and kernel size, and then improving plant stalk strength.
Yep.
And then on top of that, less nutrients to raise because you have less mouths to feed. How, I guess, talk to me. I don't think corn flex gets enough talk in the industry.
I think it's starting to.
Oh, I think it is.
I mean, it's
price of seed.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You know,
but I think that's where like Western Kansas is ahead of everybody else.
It is
because we've dropped these low pops for years, and we've seen some crazy things.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of where I kind of got a little bit. I'm not going to say I'm famous on Twitter, but that's where I got a ton of followers. Is from showing that flex off in like 2020 when we had an amazing corn year.
Talk to me about that flex in that year.
Well, it's just we had a lot of doubles that year. So we had a big fat ear with our favorite hybrid that's no longer available, which, come on, DeKalb, figure it out. But they're never going to live that down with me. But
that's fine.
We had just 2 honking ears out there on that hybrid. And
at 15,000?
Yeah, so we did variable rate that year on a lot of it, 11 to 15,000.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we were going over 250 in a lot of spots in our low bottoms at 15,000. And then I had that one field where that was a Golden Harvest hybrid. And it's a bit of a, what you call it, Jekyll and Hyde or whatever. Because some years it does what it did, and then other years it just goes over its skis, burns up. But what it did there was made a main stalk, put 2 ears on the main stalk, and then I had 2 tillers that were the same size as the main stalk, and it put an ear on each one of those, like a legitimate ear. And so I had 4 ears of plant at 15,000. But when I cut it with all those tillers, it looked like 34,000 or something like that, and I got it to 290. I couldn't get it over 300.
Bummer.
At 15,000.
Bummer.
I was really hoping to see 300.
Bummer.
Yeah. I mean, that's what opened my eyes. Like, that had 50 pounds of N on it, soil applied, maybe a foliar. I can't remember if I put a foliar that year, but
jeez.
Like, that does not, like, 2 plus 2 does not equal 4.
I was going to say, that math doesn't work, right?
So,
like, that is not possible. But that is wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. I just, man, I always get inspired. I've been to the west, been to the north, been out traveling a lot this summer. Everybody's like, what's your takeaway? I'm like, man, I'm going into this fall feeling inspired. Really am.
Yep.
Just looking at so many people out there doing so many cool things, and it's not, I'm hearing a lot more ROI based conversations, which is relieving.
Yep.
There's still the conversations about yield. And do you need to raise more bushels to offset lower prices? Yes. I mean, you do.
Well, and I just want to say that there is I really hate Twitter right now because everybody's whining. Like, everybody's in a bad spot. Yeah. Like, I mean, and I've done my share of complaining. Like, I get it. But it's like, I got on there for looking at solutions, cool ideas, all of that. I'm like, so what if you're in a bad spot? Like, what are we going to do about it? That's my mindset, and that's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear about the whining and prices and all of that.
We're well aware prices aren't good. We know that.
Yeah.
We know that. What guys need to do is take the lessons they learned when prices were good that help cover the things that didn't work, and show the things that did work and implement those into lower prices.
Yep.
Like, dude,
and then there's nothing worse than a guy that I know he's got an excellent crop out there. He's gotten good weather. He's got good management, and then he still complains. I'm like, dude, Please.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And there's nothing wrong with getting frustrated.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with being bummed about current situation.
Yep.
But
oh yeah,
man, your attitude can just help so much.
Like
and you never know who it might help.
I mean, I sulk around. I mean, I get
Sure.
mad, frustrated, whatever. But like, and to me, that's kind of healthy. Like you kind of need to do that.
Yeah.
But don't ever like just stay there and, whine and cry about it. Like,
I mean, imagine if we had not had the surge in prices from 20 to 23?
probably, yeah. Yeah.
I might be off in my year range there a little bit. Imagine if we had not had that spike, and corn had stayed $2 and $3, and beans at 10, or eight. I mean, sold some beans in the 8s. Imagine if we had not had that rise. What did that rise allow you to do and capitalize on? What allow you to learn?
Well, and I will say we didn't really capitalize on that at all because that's kind of where we couldn't grow a thing, and that's kind of what I'd rather take a good crop and low prices every day.
Sure.
I mean, that's just land's easier to manage that way.
It is.
I mean, it's maybe harder to make good money, but I can't grow a crop when the prices are good, so it doesn't matter to me.
I was going to say the price doesn't determine the crop
Yep.
that you end up cutting.
Yep.
Someone's going to murder me on social media for saying that, but I mean, really, it's.
I mean, that
$5 corn, $3 corn. If you're managing for the crop itself,
Yep.
for bushels, like you
and
said,
where,
control the controllables.
That's where, like, from 14, like when Dad was just killing it, from 14 to 2021 or whatever, like the prices really weren't that crazy. They weren't that great through there, I don't think. And yet, farm was doing great.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, man. That's part 2.
Is that it?
I assume so. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming east. Thank
Yeah.
you for farming in the West. Thank you for farming how you do in the West. Dude,
that's all I know.
I love the West. I really do. I had the opportunity to go hunting in West Texas out in the Panhandle a couple of times, and a lot of those old country western songs, the old ones, about the cowboys and this and that, and driving on the ranges. Man, you watch a West Texas or a Western sunset, there is legitimately something to it.
Yeah.
There is something very unique about the West that, like, if you just look at it, yeah, man, there ain't much out there.
Yeah.
Brush or sand or.
Thank God there's not much out there. I mean,
I mean, think how many people there'd be if it was beautiful.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it has its own unique beauty to it.
Yep.
I will absolutely attest to that. There's something that draws you out there. Something that's like, man, there's something about it.
Yep.
But that old saying, "Go west, young man." It's the West has always been an intriguement to, I don't know, North America at least.
Right.
I mean, Genghis Khan went west, but he couldn't really go more east. He was at the ocean. But anyway, yeah, it's cool. So keep it up, dude. Lord of Kelp. It was fun. It was good. It was fun to have you on.
Yeah.
Dude, we're knocking. Combines are starting to roll across the Midwest.
Yeah.
We're about there ourselves. And so, yeah.
It won't be too long for us. So
What would you, I try to end the podcast. I dropped this one on Eric without any warning. I'm doing the same cruel thing to you. What would you tell, obviously we're not old men by any stretch of the imagination. We're young guys. What would you tell young Alex now, if you could have one phone call and have rerun it? Hey, young myself, this is something I want you to know and take note of going into the future.
Well, so I've always been really into equipment, and I'd be like, just don't worry about that yet.
Okay.
Chill out a little bit, figure it out, and deal with the equipment a little bit later. Of course, I don't know. There's double-edged sword of that. Equipment's outrageous right now.
It is.
It might be coming down some now, maybe, hopefully, but I don't know. Maybe focus on of course, I don't know. Those investments are pretty good right now, so But yeah, that's probably what I'd say.
Less sheet metal worship.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
cool. All right. Well, that's a wrap, man.
yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, dude.
It's been awesome.
It's
That farm tour.
Yesterday,
Yeah, crazy.
We went for a loop around the woo, as Bean would call it.
Yeah.
I don't know how many miles we drove. Probably drove 90 miles yesterday.
Really?
I bet so. Just back roading it through Heathman's country.
I
and
don't know
Bean,
how to explain how different it is.
it's different.
So different.
Yeah, Bean just all of a sudden hits the brake. There's an artesian well. We're out in the middle of
Yeah.
nowhere, and there's just a well with a cup hanging off a fence clip.
Yep.
If you need a drink, you can stop and get a drink there at the artesian well out in the middle of nowhere.
Hilarious. Like Heathman goes, lived out here my whole life, haven't seen it until now. Like,
I'd never known about that
crazy to
artesian
me.
well. Yeah, but yet Bean, that's a whole. He's like, yeah, that's the well.
drives this road all the time and with a hauling hay.
Hauling hay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got down into Beanville.
Yep.
And looked at those.
He's gonna let me fish that pond, right?
Oh, I imagine so. If it wasn't raining today, we could probably go.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's a neat set of country. Everywhere is cool if you know where to look.
Oh yeah.
Everywhere's cool if you know where to look. So, anyway, if you're into farming, it's hard to get bored.
Oh yeah.
There's something everywhere.
Yeah.
So cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you,
guys. Like and subscribe. Check out the website. Everything else. I don't know what else the nerds want me to say, but is that anything else, Kirk? Merch? New merch drop? All right, that's on the website too. Check it out under the merch tab. Got some cool swag in there. But anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Be safe this fall. Take your time. Just be careful. Get home alive at night, and enjoy this harvest season, because you never know, man. It might be our last. You never know. Don't take it for granted. You never know. So, over and out. Guys, if you've liked the information that you've seen so far, go ahead and check out the full-length podcast on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe there. It's also on all the major podcast platforms. We're constantly dropping info and more content on all the social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Check it out for a lot more content.